How do you even pronounce that? Benoit? Benoist? 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 Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to drawittoo. My name is Ramny, and today we're going to draw the first ever winner of the fan poll, Supergirl. Last week I asked you guys who I should draw for this week's drawing tutorial, and over 50% of you voted for Supergirl for this tutorial, so that is exactly what we are doing today. Supergirl's costume is pretty much the lady version of the classic Superman costume, with some minor differences, of course. We have a skirt, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but the S emblem on the chest has a blue background as opposed to the yellow on Superman's. For this drawing, I intentionally made it so that it does not look anything like the actress, so don't worry if your drawing does not look anything like Melissa Benoist. That's totally fine. Now keep in mind that I fast forwarded some elements of this tutorial to keep this video short, so feel free to pause it if you guys need, so you guys can catch up. And having said all of that, grab your pencils, erasers, and paper, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my paper in portrait mode, so that's going to be vertical like this. I apologize again because of the way that my camera is set up. Can't really see the entire paper at the same time, but just bear with me, and let's get started. Right around here I'm going to draw a circle, and this is going to be the face of Supergirl. And from that circle I'm going to draw a line going down here, and this is her jaw. There you go. And then another line over here that curves and then meets at a point right around here. I'm going to draw a neckline now, and the neck starts off over here. I'm just going to draw a line down about that long. And over here I'm going to draw the other side of the neck. From here it goes out like this, and let's just leave it there for now. Let's zoom in on the face. Over here I'm going to erase this bottom line, bottom part of the circle I mean, and I'm going to create where the face is going to be. So I'm going to start off where I had my neck. I'm just going to bring that one up. I'm going to draw this lightly and like that. So that's where her face is going to be. I'm going to draw a line just below the center of this part. So this would be the center, a little bit below it. That's the nose. And I'm going to draw a line right across for the eyes. And I'm going to draw a line going down. For the nose, I'm going to start off at this intersection, and I'm going to bring my line going down like this towards that line. I'm going to bring it in like this, and then I'm going to create a triangle here at the bottom. So from the center, bring a line down, and bring it in this way, and then create a triangle shadow at the bottom of the nose. Over here, I'm going to draw the nostril, and it's just going to be, looks like a comma, just like that. I'm going to draw the upper lip, and the way that I'm going to do it is I'm just going to draw a thin curved line like this, and then from here I'm going to draw a straight line that goes across like that. So that's the upper lip, and then the lower lip is going to be bigger. So from here I'm going to draw a bigger curve from there, and then it gets thinner over here. And then over here I'm going to draw a line, a dimple, I guess you could call it, so that it looks like she's smiling. Right here, I'm going to draw a curve for the eye, and I'm going to make this side of the curve a little bit darker, and that's going to be her eyelashes. And then same thing on this side, I'm going to find a spot over here, and then it's going to end up right around here, draw a curve. I'm going to make this side of the curve darker, and I'm going to draw a little tip right there, so that's going to be for her eyelashes. I'm going to erase the rest of the guidelines now. You don't need those anymore. From here, I'm going to draw a line going across. Same thing over here, draw a line across. And then I'm going to draw her pupils. They're going to be half circles. I'm going to draw one over here, and I'm going to draw one over here as well. So it looks like she's looking off to her side. And then at the bottom, I'm just going to draw some wrinkles. And then at the top, from here, just a curve going out. That's going to be her eyebrow. And same thing on this side, just like that. Let's fix this up. No, if it looks nothing like the actress, that's totally fine, because that's not what we're going for. We're just going for a representation of Supergirl. Okay, right over here I'm going to draw a line that goes up like this. That's going to be the part in her hair. And then from this point I'm going to draw a curve like this, and it goes over that side of her face. And then this side, I'm going to curve it like that. It goes down her face like this, and then it goes out like that. And then from here, draw the hair going out like this. I'm going to erase these now. Now from here I'm going to draw a curve that goes out to the right, and of course it follows the shape of her head. Let's do this for now. And then on this side, curve going down, and curve going out, and it sort of makes an S shape to her back. Now before we continue the rest of the hair, we need to draw the rest of her torso. So let's go ahead and zoom out and work on her torso and her chest. So if you guys did this accurately, you would see that Supergirl is off to the right a little bit more. I did that on purpose because we are going to drape her cape along on this side. So going about this far down her neck, we're going to draw a line that goes out to the right, an angled line, and then it curves like that, and that's going to be her chest. So you want to make sure that this part is going to be a little bit more to the right than the side of her face. So here's the side of her face. It goes down right around here in this area, so you want to be to the right of that. And let's just draw a straight line for now. right around here, we're going to draw a line, and that's going to be her collar. And then right here is going to be her cape, and right there. And on this side, her cape is going to be going up like this. And then we're just going to draw a faint little line like that for now, but we'll leave it alone because the hair is going to go over that part. So let's get a good idea of where her waist is going to be. And her waist is probably going to go but this far down. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line like this. And this is going to be her belt. Sorry, so 2 lines, and then 2 lines going out on this side. And then let's figure out where her waist is going to be. So if we draw it right here, she's going to be too wide. If you draw it right here, she'll be too thin. So you want to find a right spot where her waist is going to end off. So where her back is going to be. And I think this is a good place right here. And so I'm just going to draw a curve for the back through the belt, and that's just a curve for her butt. Now let's go back to this side now, and we're going to draw a line from here. We're going to draw a curved line going down about that much. And then from here, we're going to draw a line straight down, and that's going to be for her skirt. Let's go to the shoulder, and we are going to draw an upside down teardrop shape. And this is her shoulder muscle, and the teardrop shape is going to look kind of like this. And then we're going to draw the bicep now, and you want the bicep to end off kind of right around where you drew this line right here. So right above. So imagine this goes across like this. You want to draw the line, you want to draw her bicep, right above that. And then the tricep is going to be a line that goes like that. And now let's draw the forearm. So from here, we're going to draw a line going down. And here, we're going to draw that same line. It goes down. So it gets wider over here, and then it gets narrower. Now you want to make sure that the length of the shoulder to the bicep is about the same as the bottom right here on the forearm. So from here to here should be the same as here to here. So if you make this one too long, it's just going to look a little bit weird. I think it ends off right around there, and I think that's a good length. And from here in the wrist, I'm going to draw the fist. It's going to curve out like that, and then curve in. And then we're going to make a series of L shapes. So here's an L. That's one finger. Here's another L. And then another L. So you see, if you stack them together like this, they make a fist. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this one in, and I'm going to bring it out like this. And then from here, I'm going to draw the thumb, and the thumb is pretty much like that. Okay, and let's go back over here, and we're going to draw a line that goes out to the other side, like that. So if you guys did this correctly, you should have a wrist and a fist here at the bottom. Now let's just fix up the forearm. I'm going to make the wrist thinner, a little bit thinner. From here, I'm going to draw a line going down, and this is just a pattern in her skirt. Same thing over here. From here, I'm going to draw a line right here. It goes straight down, and then just like that. I'm going to shade this in, and this one as well. Now let's do the cape, and I'm going to start at this point right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a natural curve going out, like that. Leave it like that for now. Let's work on the S shape, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line across right here on her chest. A little diagonal line over here. And I'm going to find a point right around here, make a dot, and then from there, I'm going to draw a line to the side right here, and then from here to here. And then to make the S shape, I want to create an outline on the inside first. Now let's draw a curve here, and then make this part darker. From here, I'm going to curve it in like this, and then go across to this point. I'm going to leave this side of the S alone because that part is going to be covered by some hair. Now from here, I'm going to draw a curve. And just as it touches this line right here, I'm going to go back. And then from here, I'm going to draw a line going up and across. Darken that shape. I'm going to darken this shape as well. And then here, let's draw a triangle. There you have it. Okay, so I'm going to erase this line right here, that little line that was over here, and this line right here, and this line right there. And there you have the S shape. And like I said, this part is going to be covered by some hair. So let's do that. So going back over here, let's draw the hair going back in and then out again. And then it's going to end off right around here. And where we drew the cape earlier, that's actually also going to be covered up. So what I'm going to do is erase that part. And then from here, I'm going to draw the curve of the hair going down like that. And just cover up all the parts of the body that's going to be covered up by the hair. Just erase it all. There you go. I'm going to erase this because we don't need that anymore. And that's pretty much the gist of Supergirl. But there are parts of her costume we haven't drawn yet. And those are just the lines, the intricate lines that are in her costume. And one of them does this. So it starts from the back. It goes here, makes a little curve like that, and then goes back down this way. And then there's another one that goes around her armpit. So let's start from the armpit, go out, and then go around the shoulder above it, And then from the middle of her shoulder, there's a line that goes straight down, all the way down to her wrist. And then here across her bicep, a line going like that, from the tricep to that line, and then from that line around her bicep to the other side. Now let's just draw the details, and we're gonna start off with the cape over here. There's gonna be wrinkles that go over the shoulder like this, and then this part is gonna be covered, and I'm gonna draw some wrinkles in the back here. So here's one wrinkle, and here's another one, goes down like this. And I'm gonna draw another one going down across like that. I'm gonna darken her arm. And I'm gonna draw some wrinkles right here where her bicep meets her forearm. And also a wrinkle right here where her wrist is, just a fabric folding. And now I'm gonna create a little bit of shadow just to give definition on her shoulders. I'm gonna create a shadow right there and right around here. Now you don't wanna make her too overly muscular because she doesn't really have a bodybuilder figure. She just has a naturally curvy shape. I'm gonna draw a little bit of shadow right here and right there. And right here, I'm gonna shade these in because it's gonna be a shadow as well. So that's for her fingers and right there as well. But you can still see the individual fingers, so you don't wanna make that shadow too dark. Let's continue on. Now this little curve right here continues on this side, so I'm just going to draw this. But I'm going to shade it in a little bit, but I'm gonna make this shade a little bit darker. Now let's figure out where this curve is going to end up over here. So I'm going to draw a line that goes out like that. For myself, I'm not going to draw the line at the bottom of the skirt right here. But if you guys feel like doing that, go right ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong with that either. So here's her skirt. Here's her belt. I want to make the belt a little bit more three-dimensional, so I'm going to create a little shadow around the bottom part. And now for her torso and chest, I'm just going to darken the lines first. I'm going to create a little bit of shadow underneath the chest here. So I'm going to find a curve like this and just create some shadow to it. Create a little bit more shadow in the armpit area and as well as the back. I'm going to darken this pattern on her costume so it doesn't get lost in the shadows. And then here at the top, let's add some more lines for the neck. So let's draw that line, and let's also draw this line right here and add some shadow to this part and also a little bit of shadow on this part. For the hair, let's just draw lines that show where the curls go, and the curls kind of go out like this over here, and then this one goes across like this, like that. From the back here, I'm going to draw it coming up and then go out to the back like this. You can actually make some more just to make her hair even thicker, add more volume to that hair. Fix her eyebrows a little bit. And then on the other side, we do the same thing. Here I'm going to create a little bit of shadow underneath her chin here. And as a final touch, I'm just going to draw the cape on this side. I'm just going to draw it going out like this. And then a wrinkle going out like this. Shade that in a little bit. Now inside the S, I'm going to create a little shade just to emphasize the letter S. And there you have it, you guys. That is Zor-el, also known as Supergirl, from the TV series. And that is all the time that we have today. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. I hope your drawings of Zor-el turned out great. If you guys are interested in the equipment that I used to draw or the equipment that I used to make this video, the links are down at the bottom. Question of the day, do you watch Supergirl? And if so, what do you think of the TV series? Let me know in the comments as well. If this is your first time here, I would love to have you guys subscribe. On this channel, I show you all sorts of different tutorials, and I try to do them with easy step-by-step instructions. So if you like what you see, come join the community and hit the subscribe button just underneath me right here. And if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, hit that like button as well, comment below, or better yet, share this video with all of your friends. Don't forget, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. I would love to see your drawings of Supergirl on Google+, so go ahead and join the community there. And as always, you guys, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw too. We'll see you next time.